Welcome to Backstories, the podcast where we dig deep into the untold tales behind the people, places, and moments that shape our world. Every month, we'll uncover the hidden narratives that inspire, surprise, and challenge us. So, grab your headphones and get ready to journey into the past, one backstory at a time.
Darle, Tallahassee Diaries, entry number 1.
Hi, I'm Darle. I want to give a little backstory to my backstory. I took it very literally. Just a little bit of context. I moved up here to Maryland last summer very quickly from Florida, Tallahassee specifically. So that's why. Here's my little backstory. It's a controversial preference, but I like how heavy the air feels after it rains. I get flack from most people I reveal this to, even from the friends that grew up in the same subtropical climate. If you're wondering whether Floridians embrace the humidity, generally they do not. When it rains in a humid place, you can feel the air surrounding you and you're forced to bear its substantial weight. Each inhale feels like you're consuming something, and I savored every breath right before moving up here. My decision to leave last year wasn't a slow, level-headed decision. I was propelled by the power of severe heartbreak and a sinking feeling that if I didn't leave this summer, I would die where I lived my whole life. As I was saying goodbye to my friends, lovers, secrets, and long-lost parts of me, I was also trying to separate myself from the atmosphere I was incubated in, and I didn't expect that to be the worst part. I spent most of my teen years through college and afterwards praying, begging to leave, feeling like my prayers to the heavens were being overlooked. I drove myself to near insanity about leaving my hometown, almost convinced myself that the concept of living in another place was a piece of comfort to hold on to while I wasted away in purgatory. But last summer, disassembling my life left a thick coating in my throat, like suppressed gags while drinking cough syrup you know you're supposed to take. My tears distorted freshly sharpied labels on heavy boxes, and packing was accompanied with fits of laughter, confused rage, sadness, sometimes all at once. With each passing week, the apartment I once shared with someone I loved and held dearly was becoming emptier, and my capacity to feel heartache was stretching thinner and thinner. By the end, it was an empty structure with no context and a mighty echo. The echo followed me out the door and stayed with me while I visited my old landmarks around Tallahassee, places I swore would mean nothing to me by the time I left. I heard memories of laughter and jubilee when I drove past the Strip, a cluster of college bars I've heartily tumbled out of. I felt very aware of the scars on my knees and elbows to prove it. I felt a pang passing by the place I had my first date with the one I thought would be forever, grateful for its existence and devastated that I couldn't just take the whole restaurant with me. I had hazy, slow-motion flashbacks of confidently and sloppily voguing at 926 with drag queens and kindred spirits around me who were also drunk on their youth. And right before the fateful day, it came down to the last walk I took in the park I lived near for 4 years. I walked the worn, familiar trail, careful to remember each tree and tendril of Spanish moss I passed by. I let the whispers in the leaves say their goodbye to me as I did the same. And when I made my way over the old rickety bridge, I peered over to see box turtles fluttering in the algae-splattered pond, peeking their heads out of the water to take sips of the heavy air. I let myself be smothered by it too. While I was shedding all I'd ever known, it seemed to linger in the air around me, and I had no choice but to surrender to its substantial weight.